traditional Uruguayan sandwich, and some horchata, which is a traditional Spanish drink, but I think it'll pair nicely. And it's a big sandwich, so you don't really need sides to go with it. For our horchata, we're gonna use a cup of tiger nuts or chufa nuts, which I've had soaking overnight. And I've made some cinnamon syrup, just cinnamon in some water and boiled for a little bit until it gets all the cinnamon flavor out. Add some sugar and it makes a nice simple syrup. And that's about it. Add some water and boom, you've got your horchata. And here's the ingredients for our chimichurri. So we've got some parsley, oregano, garlic, some chili flakes, olive oil, red wine vinegar, and a bit of salt. We're just gonna tray up our bacon and get it in the oven. It's gonna take a little while. And while that's going, then we can prepare the chimichurri. Peel off some of this oregano, so we don't want to get the stems in there. Use 5 cloves of garlic. Just gonna crush it up here and throw it in. We're just going to cut off about a cup of this Italian parsley and throw it in here, and then we'll blend it all up. Thereabouts. Alright, so we're going to throw the lid on this and just pulse it until it's kind of a chunky texture, but fine enough that you're not getting giant pieces in your teeth. But I do want it to have a little bit more of a pulp to it, not super fine. And about a 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar, and then about a cup of olive oil. You want to make sure you're adding this afterwards when you're mixing it in, not while you're pulsing it, because otherwise it's going to create much more of a paste. This way it's going to allow everything to stay fresh and not smush all your greens. I'm just going to add a bit, stir it up, make sure it's got a good texture. Sure, will do for now. Then the chili flakes is more or less however spicy you like it. I like it a bit spicy. And oh, I don't know. Let's say start with a teaspoon of salt and we'll taste it from there. Cool. So this is great. We're gonna let it marinate in the fridge for a little bit to let the flavors combine. We'll get the rest of our ingredients going. Alright, we're just going to get our cheesecloth in here and ready so that once we've ground up our tiger nuts so that we have something to strain them through. And from here we're going to add about 4 cups of hot but not boiling water and then pulse it until smooth. Nice and smooth and hot now, so do be careful. This will be very, very hot. And we're gonna carefully strain it through here, and then we'll let it sit for a bit to get the rest of the liquid through. While we let this strain and get all the liquid out, we're gonna go flip the bacon and get the rest of our ingredients ready for the chimichurri. So while the bacon's going, we're gonna get our peppers, onions, and tomatoes sliced up, and that way we can get the peppers roasting and everything else going on. Okay, so we're gonna get these red peppers going on the grill, get some nice char on them. All right, so about almost all the liquid has ran out of this now. So we're gonna pick up our cheesecloth, we're gonna bundle it together, we're gonna try and get out that last bit of liquid that's in there. And then once this is cooled, you can reuse the remaining pulp that's in here and do a second batch. It's about half as strong, but I mean, if you want to get the most out of it. Perfect, so this is our tiger nut milk, and we're just gonna put it in the fridge, let it cool down, and then we'll come back to that and add some of our cinnamon syrup to it to make our beverages. Season our meat and get it ready and throw it on the grill. Throw these steaks on the grill and hopefully pull the red peppers off. All those steaks are cooking. We're gonna prep the lettuce and the mozzarella, and yeah, get this washed up and good to go. So when you go to get your ham, if you ask them, rather than making it the standard 1mm thickness, you get this about 1.5, and it's got a nice thickness to it. It'll hold a curve. It's a little bit more substantial, and that's how I like it on my chimichurri. Okay, so we take our steaks off. They're gonna need some time to rest. So while they do that, we're gonna get everything else ready, and then we're gonna grill our egg and our mozzarella, and yeah, get our delicious sandwich going. All right, so before we get the eggs and stuff cooking, just gonna get our buns ready. So, like a bit of mayo, and then And I mean, this is the wonderful thing with the sandwich is you can put as much or as little on it as you'd like, however you want to be making it. Where to put my lettuce? It's over with the cheese. So lettuce, got some onion. That's about enough. And a piece of tomato. Whoop. Perfect. So we'll start with that, and then once we get the steak cut and the egg and the mozzarella going, we'll continue plating this. Cool. So now we're gonna get our meat cut up and put on our bun. You only need to use enough to cover the bun, so you might have some extra little bits left over, but maybe we'll get an extra sandwich out of it. Nice. Perfect. Now, we get our mozzarella going on. When you cut it up, you're gonna end up with some big pieces and some small pieces, and I just try to pair them, you know, the biggest piece with the smallest piece, and you get about the right amount. All right, so now it's starting to crisp up, and then we're gonna kill the heat and pour it onto our steak. Okay, and then we'll throw our ham on here. And red pepper, and bacon, do that. And now we gotta get our egg. Cool, so we got some bacon fat in here, and it is all melted and good to go. Let's get our egg in. Top it all off with our chimichurri. Lots of flavor in there. And there we go. All right, so we'll give this to Aaron for our taste test. And then don't forget to lean over. You don't want to be, it's going to be a lot of dripping.
Okay.
But it's worth it.
Oh dear.
Okay, so we just took our horchata milk out of the fridge, but it's still gonna be a little bit warm. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it on ice in a shaker. And we're gonna do about a cup. That is not a mess. Not a good spout, I guess. All right, cool. So I'm gonna pour that in. We're gonna do about 2 tablespoons worth of our cinnamon syrup. Shake it up. And pour it over ice. It's just a little touch of cinnamon. Hope you guys enjoyed this and try it at home, and bon appetit.